Welcome to the National Press Conference announcing the official tip-off of National Basketball and Hip-Hop Culture Month 2009. This will be a 40-minute press conference on NBHMPressConf. There will also be a special graffiti art unveiling. B. Morcell, aka the Dunkadelic MC, will perform his first live exclusive song dedicated to the 25th anniversary of hoops and hip-hop culture, Dunkadelic TV Rap. For all of you who appreciate old school hip-hop, Raw, Ned, and Nitrous will perform some amazing breakdancing. We will conclude the press conference with a reception at 7 p.m. Welcome to the Dunkadelic Nation.
Ooh, thank you, Karen. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Derek Vaughn. I want to thank all of you for coming to this National Press Conference and, of course, reception announcing National Basketball and Hip-Hop Culture Month 2009. How this came about was 25 years ago on a national level, the fusion of basketball and hip-hop came together. There were 5 major events that led to that, this great thing that we're about to celebrate. First, David Stern was announced as the 4th NBA commissioner on February 1st, 1984. The NBA also introduced Slam Dunk Weekend, and we all know that that has become a major attraction for those within the hip-hop culture. You see major players, Jay-Z, Puffy, Nas, Busy B, everybody, you see them all. They had All-Star Weekend. And the third thing was the Fresh Fest Tour. The Fresh Fest Tour was the first major hip-hop concert tour, and that went to 27 cities and grossed over $3.5 million. Now, the thing about that is that that's when hip-hop really started its impact on mainstream culture. The 4th event was the song Basketball by Curtis Blow. And we know that Curtis Blow, who's a good friend of Busy B here, we actually talked to him. I remember I said, look, you know Curtis? He said, sure. Got on his cell phone and he dialed him up. And, of course, Def Jam was formed in 1984 as well. They're celebrating their 25th anniversary, so congratulations to all those at Def Jam. Of course, the founders, who were Russell Simmons and Rick Rubin. And the 5th thing was the greatest basketball player ever to lace up a pair of sneakers, the one and only Mr. Michael Jeffrey Jordan, was drafted and signed with Nike to create the Air Jordan brand, and we know what the Air Jordan brand means to the sneaker industry and just to American pop culture. But joining me tonight, I have a basketball special guest and I have a hip-hop special guest. To my left here, I have Mr. Herman Tree Hareed, who's the coach of the Lake Clifton Lakers, who are the undefeated Maryland 3A class champion. When I say that, undefeated. But wait a minute, I can't stop there. He also is one of the coaches for USA Basketball 16 and under, so he's going to be coaching a national team of some of the elite players in the country. So if we all can give a nice little applause for Mr. Herman Reed. And to my right here is my good friend, Mr. Busy B. When we talk about hip-hop pioneer, we're talking hip-hop pioneer. Busy B has been one of the mainstays of pioneers to hip-hop, goes all the way back to Russell Simmons. You remember when Russell was Russell before he became the mogul. But now Russell, of course, is one of the biggest, he is the biggest influence in hip-hop. And we're thankful to have Busy B. And I'm going to tell y'all something right now. I saw him 3 weeks ago when he got on stage with KRS-One. And let me tell you something, he can still bring it. He can still bring it. And hey, man, how was that concert with Biz Markie? I got to ask you, how was Biz this special?
That was pretty good. We had a nice time. My girl didn't show up, but that's all good.
All right.
And she'll be invited next time.
She gonna be invited.
So we had a nice time. Everybody
you know,
did.
You know what I'm gonna do, right?
Yeah. What you
got what I need.
He did all that. He did everything. He did all that. Brand Nubians as well was there.
But this is a great celebration, and I'm so thankful that I have 2 class act gentlemen who've shown how the culture of basketball and hip-hop, how it has matured. And with its maturity, we get to celebrate its 25th anniversary. We announced National Basketball and Hip-Hop Culture Month. And the blueprint of how each week of the 4 weeks of the month will be broken down. First week will be dedicated to, well, just to say, every week we dedicated to basketball, which I know my friend Tree here likes, but we're going to connect it with all the 4 elements of hip-hop, the 4 original elements of hip-hop. So for the first week will be b-ballers and MCs. We got some MCs in the building. We got second week will be dedicated to b-ballers and DJs. I know we got a DJ, my cousin Troy there. I know he's a former DJ, still DJ. Troy, you can still do a little bit, right? Third week will be dedicated to b-ballers and graphic artists and graffiti artists. See that? See, I'm losing it. See, they made it a trade now. Graffiti artists. And the fourth week will be dedicated to b-ballers and to break dancers. And we definitely have a couple break dancers in the house. I see my man Rod Ned back there, and then got my man Nitrous. Nitrous, man, you got to show him something, baby. You got a name like that. But to honor each of the to honor each one of the 4 elements, I think shows how basketball has really, really connected with all of the 4 original elements of hip hop. And so we also have a couple other things we want to talk about. We want to talk about just the evolution of how basketball and hip hop has grown. Now, I'm going to let Coach talk a little bit because he coaches players. He was a player, high school level star, college level, major standout player at Syracuse. And then, of course, now he went to Europe, and now he's coaching some of these players that he probably has to deal with the hip-hop element. So I'll let Coach talk a little bit.
Thank you. Music is definitely involved in sports. If you look at any venue, any type of sport, they're playing music prior to the games. And you look at players coming in to the arenas, they have their headphones on, they got their music. So music is a form of sports in a form. And it gets the players motivated, get them pumped up, get the crowd pumped up. So I don't think there would be sports without music. And music with sports. So it's worked hand in hand. I know for a fact, being a coach, I always make sure there's a radio in the locker room because I want my players fired up. I want them pumped up. And a lot of times they don't know. I stand outside the locker room while the music is playing, and I'm out there getting pumped up myself. I'm out there dancing and bobbing and weaving, and then I go in the room, and I got to bring everybody back down. And even at my basketball games, we have a DJ in the corner. A lot of times we have Copper State Band come and play music during the game. So, music is just there, and it just make it happen.
Well, see, we're going to talk about all the dignitaries and those who we want to give their congratulations to. First and foremost, we want to congratulate just everyone that's made contributions. And those contributions are not just on the NBA level, the college level. They're in your neighborhoods in Baltimore, in D.C., Philadelphia, Detroit, L.A. I don't care where you go. There's someone that's making a contribution where they're either a coach or whether they're just a parent that's taking their kids to games. A lot of times when I was coming up, parents don't play that stuff, but they understand, hey, the kid likes it, you turn a deaf ear, you don't want to hear it, but you let the kid listen to it. But one of the things we want to do as well is that we want to present it in a more classy way. We think that a lot of the negative components that have been associated to hip-hop, they're valid. But we want to take it to another level where we don't have women just totally just treated and shown as, sex objects. We want it to be shown that they can be classy and sexy at the same time. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done, and we're going to try to work with other organizations in that effort. But